Pilot blasts AC to clear out passengers. A video showing an airline cabin filling up with mist as passengers vomit has gone viral. The Express reports that their AirAsia flight was flying from Kolkata to a small town in West Bengal when it was delayed for 4 hours. The captain made an announcement for the passengers to get off the plane, giving no explanation. When the poor passengers refused, as it was raining heavily outside, he decided to retaliate. The pilot reportedly blasted the AC on full, forcing the passengers to deplane. The video shows passengers protesting, screaming loudly, and some even hurling as the mist filled the cabin. Passengers complained, saying it was suffocating and very unprofessional and rude. AirAsia released a statement apologizing for the inconvenience. However, the airline claims that the AC was turned on because of the high humidity conditions. Did someone leave a window open?
Woman is almost sucked out of a plane window after engine explosion. A mid-flight engine explosion at 32,000 feet on Tuesday led to chaos over the skies of Philadelphia. According to the New York Times, Southwest Airlines Flight 1380 was en route to Dallas from New York when one of its two engines exploded mid-flight. The Boeing 737 aircraft was reportedly carrying 143 passengers and 5 crew at the time. It later emergency landed in Philadelphia. Shrapnel from the explosion shattered a plane window. The Chicago Tribune reports the sudden decompression in the cabin caused passenger Jennifer Reardon to be partially pulled through the window. Here's the window Reardon almost went through, and the wrecked engine after the plane landed. A passenger later told the New York Times Reardon was also hit by some shrapnel from the damaged plane engine. He explained passengers and crew dragged her back in, but she was unconscious when they did. Reardon later died despite attempts to revive her. According to the Dallas News, Reardon was 43 years old and vice president of community relations at Wells Fargo. The Albuquerque woman was returning from a New York business trip. Meanwhile, fearing he'd never see his loved ones again, passenger Marty Martinez partially live-streamed events from inside the aircraft to Facebook. He also posted several videos and images from inside the plane. Southwest Airlines Chief Executive Gary Kelly sent the airline's condolences to Reardon's family and praised the actions of crew and responders in Philadelphia.
And on behalf of the entire Southwest family, I want to extend my deepest sympathies for the family and the loved ones of our deceased customer.
According to NBC Philadelphia, the National Transportation and Safety Board are investigating the incident as engine failure. That engine, reportedly a CFM56 turbofan, is a common component in many modern aircraft. Chinese co-pilot almost sucked out mid-flight. A Chinese passenger jet was forced to make an unexpected pit stop after it had some minor window issues. Sichuan Airlines Flight 3U8633 was flying from Chongqing to Lhasa, carrying 119 passengers. Captain Liu Zhuangjian told the Chengdu Economic Daily the aircraft was cruising mid-flight when the windshield suddenly cracked and made a loud bang. The co-pilot was sucked halfway out the cockpit window, but he was wearing his seatbelt. He was dragged back into the cockpit. The plane was then forced to make an emergency landing. None of the passengers were harmed. The co-pilot suffered scratches and a sprained wrist. An investigation has begun into the incident. Well, this is unique. Ever thought of air travel in terms of reusable shipping containers? If what a bunch of researchers are doing in Switzerland is anything to go by, that concept might just fly. Developed at the Federal Polytechnic Institute, the Podplanes concept could one day allow passengers to board at rail stations. These pods each measure 30 meters in length. After being ferried to the airport, the pod would join others under a giant 60-meter wing. This modular concept aircraft is one of several developed by Swiss researchers called Clip Air. According to CNN, its speed and range would be around the same as most mid-sized commercial aircraft.
Passengers thrown around like rag dolls after Aeroflot flight hit severe turbulence. At least 27 people, including babies, were hurt after an Aeroflot flight hit severe turbulence on Monday morning. Aeroflot flight SU-270 was traveling from Moscow to Bangkok and was about 40 minutes from its destination when it hit clear air turbulence. This type of turbulence occurs during clear cloudless skies and cannot be detected by radar. Under these conditions, airplanes experience severe turbulence when they move through the space between fast and slow jet streams. 3 passengers on the Aeroflot flight reportedly required surgeries to treat leg fractures and broken ribs. Some passengers said they saw babies with bruises after the incident. The company has said they will cover the medical costs of those who were injured.
Apple costs woman $500 after she doesn't declare it. A Colorado woman is mad after she was fined $500 for bringing an apple into the U.S. According to Fox News, Crystal Tadlock was returning from France to the U.S. of A. when the crew on her Delta flight handed out apples. Tadlock kept hers for later, and as we're about to find out, Tomo Sapiens, this was a costly decision. Tadlock's carry-on luggage was selected for search at the airport, and no points for guessing which of your 5-a-day the customs agent took issue with. But she got the apple from the airline, so that shouldn't be an issue, right? Wrong. U.S. Customs and Borders rules stipulate all agricultural items must be declared. And that freebie wound up costing her 500 smackers and fines. But it could have been much more. One look at the general food section of the U.S. Customs and Borders website and you'll see why. It says, failure to declare food products can result in up to $10,000 in fines and penalties. When in doubt, keep it out. Yikes. Tadlock explained to Fox News the incident may void her global entry status. That's part of a program that lets low-risk U.S. citizens board planes quicker. Fox 31 Denver reports she's also planning on fighting the fine in the courts. United Airlines starts longest non-stop flight from the U.S. United Airlines is known for its friendly customer service and has a reputation for always putting its passengers first. Now you can experience that first-rate service from LA all the way to Singapore. United Airlines has launched the longest non-stop flight from the U.S. from its Los Angeles hub to Singapore. The 14,000-kilometer trip takes 17 hours, 55 minutes to Singapore, and 15 hours, 15 minutes on the return trip. The flight will operate once a day on a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner with 252 seats combined in economy, economy plus, and business. The world's two longest routes belong to Qatar Airways' Doha-Auckland route at 14,536 kilometers and Emirates' Dubai-Auckland route at 14,193 kilometers. In terms of scheduled flying time, though, the new United route will be the longest due to the strong headwinds on the westbound portion of the flight. And for an added bonus, passengers can rest easy knowing that Singaporean cops don't have the same reputation for dragging Americans off planes.